Pahlavi texts translated by E.W. West, Part 4, Contents of the Nasks, Clareton, Oxford University Press, 1892. Dinkard, Book 8, Chapter 14. 1. The spend contains particulars about the origin and combination of the material existence, guardian spirit, and soul, Nisman, of Zarathustra, how the creation of each one occurred in the spiritual existence, and in what mode it was produced for the worldly existence, how their connection with the parents arose, the coming of the parents together, the combination in the mother, and the birth from the mother, and whatever is on the same subject. 2. Also about the arrival of both spirits, the good one for developing and the evil one for destroying, the victory of the good spirit, and the rearing of Zarathustra. 3. His attainment on maturity at 30 years of age, to a conference with Auharmaz, and the occurrence of 7 conferences in 10 years. 4. Many marvels, owing to him, are published therein, just as there are some which, collected and selected, are noticed by the Dinkard manuscript. 5. In 7 sections, Barino, such as are called spend, are the 7 inquiries, in each instance a single inquiry, and the bestowal of the other Nasks. In these 7 inquiries was through speaking out in each one of the places of conference. 6. About the various inquiries, the period of the sitting and rising on each occasion, the nature of the sitting of the archangels, the coming forward of Zarathustra to that domestic conclave, Hande Mani, his position on that place, what there was to say to him, and what there was to exhibit to him. 7. The conferring of the wisdom of omniscience upon Zarathustra, and what was seen by Zarathustra of the past and future, and the perpetual amount of duration therein through that wisdom. 8. The existence of that wisdom, and what that is which, after having subsisted in it, is again well recognized, such as, owing to it, are the highest and best of places, heaven, and the various grades of position and reward of the righteous, according to their worthiness, through the practice of good works, the most downward and worst of places, hell, and the place of punishment of the wicked, according to their sin, and between the two, the place of the ever stationary, those having equal good works and sin, the Kinvad bridge, at which is the account as to good works and sin, and the future existence, in which is the consummation of every one, righteous and wicked, and the preservation of all good creatures from every evil occurs. 9. Information also as to many other things which are marvelous, as to a summary of the statements of these 7 inquiries, which is derived from knowledge of every kind. 10. Likewise about the communication of Zarathustra's knowledge of the Mazda worshipping religion to the world, his attracting mankind to the religion, and the ages after Zarathustra until the renovation of the universe. 11. And about the nature of the advancement of the people of the period, the separation of centuries and millenniums, and the signs, wonders, and perplexity which are manifested in the world at the end of each millennium in the world. 12. Also as to the birth and arrival of Aushadar, son of Zarathustra, at the end of the first millennium, and a report of him and his time, of the many destroyers, of the organizers of the period between Zarathustra's millennium and the coming of Aushadar. 13. The arrival of Aushadar Ma, son of Zarathustra, at the end of the second millennium, information about him and his time, and the destroyers of the organizers who were within the millennium of Aushadar. 14. The coming and arrival of Soshans, son of Zarathustra, at the end of the third millennium, the destroyers of the organizers who were within the millennium of Aushadar Ma, the arrival of Soshans, and information about Soshans and his time. 15. Also, as to the renovation of the universe and the future existence, it is declared that they arise in his time. 16. Perfection is the excellence of righteousness, and one of the things that we come across in mythology, by mythology I mean it has meaning and purpose, is that we have this son and daughter language. Sometimes it can be literal. If Zarathustra was before Abraham, it's possible that they could share some of the same lineage. Particularly, Abraham came from a similar region. But it's more relating to the spiritual sort of lineage. And again, you can kind of have the same sort of thing going on.